What if the traumatic experiences you've had in your life and the chronic pain, chronic illness, anxiety, depression that you've had to struggle with wasn't only about you? What if God has a plan and a purpose through all of it for your life? This is what He's been leading me through for my whole life. It made no sense to me how I could have so much trauma, so many experiences, one after the other, that didn't make sense to me. It felt like I was in a boxing ring and I would get punched and knocked down, and then the minute I'd regain my strength and stand up, I would get punched again. For decades, it felt like I had no way to get ahead. It seemed crazy. Like, who goes through so much trauma and abuse from people and bullying? But when I came to salvation 15 years ago, after a few years of walking with the Lord and getting some healing and deliverance, it finally occurred to me, and in hearing from the Lord, it occurred to me that He has a plan and a purpose in all of it that I went through. And it's to help other people that have been through trauma. But it's not just to heal so that we feel, whole, complete, we go on with our lives and we feel better. Personally, it's for something much bigger than that. It's because God has a purpose and a calling on every single one of our lives. If He's called us, it's for a reason. It's for His kingdom purpose. So the work that I do for the last 30 years as a manual therapist in somatic trauma-informed has been to help people understand the connection of trauma and repressed emotions to their physical symptoms. But now it's coming to a next level where the Lord is telling me it's time to start talking about why He turns our misery into our ministry and our trauma into treasure. And He wants to heal and deliver us so that we can help to heal and deliver His sheep. This is one of the ways that the Lord is raising up His end time harvest workers for the harvest field to help bring in people unto salvation as we are very quickly approaching the end of days. So that's what I'm doing. And here's the deal. When we have trauma, we have oftentimes repressed emotions that go along with that. It's not what happened that hurts us, it's what we make it mean. The Lord told me a while ago that trauma is a case of mistaken identity. And when we've been hurt, oftentimes rejection and abandonment are the cause of that hurt and the source of the trauma. And that creates a false identity in us that we're worthless, no one cares about us, we have no value. And the enemy gets in there and really, really beats on us with that. Why? So that we won't trust God to be our provider. So we'll think that we have to provide for ourselves. So there's a whole lot more to this than just developing symptoms like anxiety, depression, chronic pain, chronic illness, like autoimmune, chronic fatigue, Lyme, long COVID, things like that. What all these things have in common is they're all stress-induced, and neuroscience is showing that now. So there's great ways to heal all that, and I definitely offer coaching for that, and for local people, hands-on therapy along with the coaching. Very effective. Within 5 sessions, someone can literally transform their lives. It's really powerful. But it's the next level, though. What purpose and calling does God have in our life? What does He want us to... What's the treasure that's on the other side of healing our traumas that He wants us to bring forth in the world? So He's given us all talents, and He wants us to use them for His purpose and His calling. So if you think about that for a minute, what treasure does God want to bring out of your trauma? What calling do you feel on your heart that the Lord wants you to bring to the world to help others? This is the third part of trauma healing. There's body healing, mind healing, and then there is spiritual healing that leads to kingdom purpose for the Lord. So, yeah, it's the whole enchilada, as it were. And that's what I'm getting ready to produce more content about and create programs for that. Because at the end of the day, God gets a real bang for his buck with us, and healing and delivering us. While he loves us so much, he also loves all of his sheep, and he wants to use us for his kingdom purpose to help others too. So just a thought to think about today. What purpose or calling do you feel that God has for you that you may have felt like you couldn't act on, or doors weren't opening, or you didn't have the energy and strength to pursue because of your chronic symptoms and trauma? Because that is better brain body balance, biblically's purpose and mission. And yeah, I can't wait to talk more about that. So God bless. I hope you're all doing well.